Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and a very pleasant morning. Okay, so tiga angsana. This is our first class um, for the year. Okay, saya baru je mengajar awak. So anyhow, I'm going to be your English teacher and this is a pre-recorded video. So you will need to ask me questions if you have any in the group. Okay, so I have made that Telegram group. So just in any case that you have any questions or doubts or you don't understand what I'm trying to give or ask you to do, you can just ask me in the group lah. But this is actually a pre-recorded lesson. Alright, anyway, for today's class, I'm giving you a reading exercise, okay, because this is our first class. So, but most probably the whole after this, after I'm taking your class from Madam Mary, I'm just going to go with the revision part because it's already in October, end of October. So I'm just going to start off with revision. So I'm not going to give any theory yet. I'm just going to start with the revision and see whether you need the theory or techniques for answering later on by looking at your achievement and your progress. Okay. So anyhow, for today, your class is a reading exercise. So I'm going to show you the exercise. Okay, if you can see now, I'm showing you, I'm streaming you the exercise that I need you to do. So there are actually 3 exercises that you need to do for today's class. Okay, so what is the exercise? Okay, so if you can see in the exercise, there is exercise A. Okay, the exercise A is for you to label the name of the spots. So just look at the picture and try to think of what is the name of the spot and write down the name of the spot down there in the line provided. Okay, then you go on to activity B. In activity B, you will need to read a short text. Okay, it's just a really short text actually. This one is not even 200 words, I guess. So you just have to read the exercise, and then while you are reading, okay, find out main ideas that's going to answer question 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 for activity B. But just for a tips for you and techniques for you in answering reading question, okay, when we have to answer a reading question, and for my students, I will always advise the students to read through the text first. Okay, read through the question first. So read the question first. After you have read the questions and all the possible answers, then only you go to the text. Okay, baca dulu soalan dan jawapan, then you go to the text. The reason why is I need you to look at the question and find out the main ideas that you need to look for in the text. So if you are trying to read the text first, I'm afraid that some students, they are very weak in English. So if you have to read the text first and the text, let's say it's long, then you are going to have a little bit of a problem because when you are reading, you don't understand the content of the text. So instead of doing that, you can actually read the question first and the possible answers there, A, B, and C. Try to find out what the questions want or the keywords for the questions. Then only you go to the text and find out the correct main ideas that they want. Okay, so if we look at the questions now, I'm going to help you first to understand the questions. So number 1, if you look at the questions, the question is, when can we learn scuba diving? So the question is when. When means bila, when. So go to the text and find out something that give you the probability, probable ideas telling about time. Okay, cari idea yang di dalam teks ni. Kalau awak tak faham sekalipun, you can actually find in the text ideas yang ada kena-mengena with time because the question means when. Okay. Alright. 2, sports listed below need a very high level of self-coordination except. So the word except mean kecuali. So all the sports A, B and C, dia perlu high level self coordination. What is self coordination? So coordination tangan dan juga kaki, maksudnya dia boleh bergerak sekali. Itu kita panggil self coordination. So yang semua games like figure skating, paddle boarding and scuba diving ni, these sports needs high level of coordination except, kecuali which one yang tidak memerlukannya. Okay, number 3, how to make sure your safety while cycling. So while cycling, how to make sure your safety. Number 4, which sport is the most difficult sport? So we need to find out what is the difficult sport. You can actually find the answers in the text. Okay, where can you play figure skating? So where? Okay, di mana? So you're looking for location. Okay, number 6, who should learn paddle boarding? So who? Siapa? Okay, try to find out who. Is it a cancer patient needs to learn paddle boarding? A toddler or maybe an athlete? Think about it. It's actually an easy question. Okay, so answer question 1 to question 6. Activity A, 1 to 6, and then activity B, 1 to 6. Okay, after you have done activity A, 1 to 6, and activity B, 1 to 6, you will need to answer another exercise that is down there, which is extra activity idea focus. I need you to respond and give your opinion on an open-ended question. So the question is, do you think individual sports are more interesting than team sports to watch? So if you want to watch, okay, if you want to watch a sports, which one would be better? Is it a sports team like volleyball, handball, football, everything in a team, or much better to sports that is more individual like bowling, squash, golf? Which one is better? Or which one is more interesting for you? And tell us why. If you say golf is more interesting, then tell us. Then maybe you can write down golf is more interesting because I can have what? Okay, so maybe you want to say a team kind of sports, like for example, football. You want to say football is more interesting to watch because when watching team sports, for example, okay, for example, you buat je ayat ringkas, biasa saja. Football is more interesting to watch because I can see their cooperation, or I can see how they work together. A simple, okay, simple opinions, things like that. Okay, all I need you to do is to respond. Okay, where to write down this answer? Okay, for questions activity A, activity B, 1 to 6 and 1 to 60. Okay, the 12 questions, where to write down? Write down in your exercise book. Okay, write down in your exercise book. Do you have to copy the questions? Yeah, I need you to write down the topic, of course. 6, ready, steady, go, and reading, the one in black color. And then after that, write down the questions activity A. Write down, are you fit? Have you done any water sports? Yeah, the questions itself. And then just write down the answer for each question. Number 1, what is it? 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then activity B, okay, write down activity B and then questions. No need to copy down A, B, C, just straight away the answer. So when can we learn scuba diving? For example, you think the answer is A. So you just, when can we learn scuba diving? A, January to December. Okay? Okay, again, that is your answer, not my answer. Okay. So write down the questions and the answer in your exercise book. Okay, but for extra activity, the idea focus, I need you to respond in Wakelet. If you look at the paper that I'm giving you later in the group, there is a QR code there. So if you, sorry. So if you look at the questions, okay, there is actually a QR code provided there, bawah ni, okay. There is a QR code. So you have to scan the QR code. And once you scan the QR code, you will go to, all right, let me show you one more. After you scan the QR code, you will be directed to this Wakelet page. Okay, you will be directed to this Wakelet page. So what you have to do is you need to give your opinion just now for extra activity here. So some students before they want to record themselves. So if you want to record, you can record yourself. For example, you don't want to write, you want to record yourself, you can record. So if you look at here, abang ni dia upload a recording. So here is a recording. So we can actually watch the video together lah. So you can put a video. If you don't want to record a video, you want to just simply write down your opinion. For example, like this one. This is what your seniors done. Okay, what your seniors have. Sorry, what your seniors did before. So what you do is just write down your opinions. Okay, instead of recording or anything. So how to post in here? Okay, in your when you scan the QR code, you can edit. So when you edit, okay, you can actually add something. So kalau you nampak dekat atas ni, okay, kat ni, yang atas dia tadi, ke bawah. Okay, when you want to write down, you can actually add text or add image. Okay, or maybe if you want to upload your videos, okay, you can apps and then you can add video, YouTube or anything over here. But if you just want to write down, okay, so I'm imagining you're going to write down only. So just click add text and then you can write things whatever you want to say. For example, just now you want to write, say, football is more interesting. Then go on and on. And then after that, after you have done and you are ready, click done and your comment will be there. Okay, so your comment can actually be read by everyone. Okay, and that's all for your task for today. So again, I would like to remind you your task for today. There are 3 tasks. Number 1, label the picture. Number 2, answer the MCQ questions. 6 only. Both write down in your exercise book. And then after that, give your opinion in the Wakelet link I give to you. Just write down a simple opinion answer. Or if you don't want to, you want to record your video, it's up to you, entirely up to you, up to your creativity. So if you have any questions, you can actually call me or text me in the group. I will directly respond to you. The picture for the questions will be sent in your group letter. And that's all for today's class. Thank you, everyone.